Oh boy, Nintendo, why are you doing this to us? Like, jeez. You did not read that title wrong. You didn't read it wrong. Does it matter? It does matter. Trust me, it matters. Hey guys, HMK once again with another Zelda news video, and it deals with the timeline. At the end of the day, we're all theorists of the Zelda franchise and fans, and we all want to know where Breath of the Wild takes place in the timeline, and it's become a huge debate among fans, and it's crazy. Now, a French publication, I'm pretty sure I'm going to butcher it because my French is terrible. I know the X is like silent in French, so it's like you read it as Jux's video, but I'm pretty sure it's Joie video, maybe. I'm so sorry if I butchered that name, whatever. They had something interesting when they were interviewing Eiji Aonuma, specifically on things about Breath of the Wild, including Hero Mode, why it was in DLC or whatever. I'm going to leave a link to the description in the description box below with the whole interview, and that's very interesting things. But now we come down to the Breath of the Wild timeline placement, because a lot of people are doing God's work, where they're going to Aonuma and be like, listen, where did this game take place in the timeline so we can end the debate? And here we go. This is what Eiji Aonuma had to say about the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild's timeline placement. Here we go. He says, actually, those timeline related questions are difficult because we never designed any Zelda games by saying, hey, we're gonna put that game here, we need to have it fit into this period or that one, etc., which I'm pretty sure is wrong because they developed Skyward Sword to be the first game, whatever. That's not what comes first for us, totally fair. But indeed, once the game is released and we've been able to develop our story, we can tell each other, oh yes, we can make it fit here. But that's not important to us, especially since there could be contradictions in every new game if we try to follow the timeline. If we can put the game in the timeline, that's great. But as for Breath of the Wild, we haven't really decided where it belongs for now. Love it! Oh my god. You know, to be fair, I feel that Eiji Aonuma is totally fine with it, because that's when you develop Zelda games, they've always said that time and time again when they develop Zelda games, they never really take the timeline placement into account. They always do that, so that goes in line with that. Except the things like, oh, if we never do that, I'm pretty sure you did that for Skyward Sword. I mean, that's like the whole tagline or whatever. But now we know Breath of the Wild has not been chosen to be placed in any timeline or wherever placed in the timeline according to Aonuma, which actually contradicts an earlier statement, and statements I should say, where Aonuma said once you play the game, you'll be able to figure out where it takes place in the timeline. Also, Aonuma and Fujibayashi, the director for Breath of the Wild, confirmed that 1, it takes place after Ocarina of Time, and 2, it's the last game in whatever timeline that it does take place in, child, downfall, or adult. Right? And then this news is probably going to make those who don't really believe in the timeline ecstatic, and that's completely fine. I've had so many comments saying that, oh, the timeline is a bunch of hoo-ha, it's just gonna it's there to sell books, it doesn't really matter, blah blah blah, you guys wasting your time. Hey, I love my games to the point where I like to theorize and piece it in a timeline. All right, it's the Legend of Zelda, it's a legacy, it's a whole tapestry of stories, and I want to put it together, so leave me alone. All right. But I want to go ahead and like provoke some thoughts when it comes to the statement from Aonuma saying that we haven't really decided where it fits. I feel that Aonuma did this on purpose, because as you play the game, Breath of the Wild, and this is the thing that sparks the debate time and time again, when you play the game, you can find proof, evidence, and inclusions of every timeline within Breath of the Wild that leads to the that sparks the debate of like where it takes place in the timeline. I felt that Aonuma and the team left all those things within Breath of the Wild on purpose, just to spark debate and just be like, okay, let's get these guys talking about, because when they talk about the game, it's media creates sales, you know, talk of the town, Breath of the Wild is good, they're going to also be talking about this timeline stuff, and then it's going to reach the ears of other people who haven't played the game or whatever, and then they buy the game, which is cool, it's fine, that's completely fair. And then, you know, Aonuma could just sit back in his chair, Nintendo could sit back in their chair and be like, okay, I think it's time for us to decide where Breath of the Wild can take place in the timeline. And then they just have to, like, you know, blindfold themselves and throw a dart on one of the 3 timelines. They throw a dart to Downfall, they throw a dart to Adult, they throw a dart to Child or whatever. And then the evidence, there's so much evidence within Breath of the Wild that can call for each one. And they'd be like, okay, the dart lands on Adult. Okay, the reason why it's in the Adult timeline is because this, Rito, Korok, blah, 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 Sea Salt. Yeah, there, I mean, that's the proof. It's in the game. But what about the other stuff? Time gets corroded, you know, or they throw the dart and then it hits Child. It's like, okay, it's in the Child timeline because, you know, Embers of Twilight, all that proof from Twilight Princess HD, the Master Sword, and the Hyrule Castle, and all these other clues. Hey, but what about the Downfall and Adult time? And then they blindfold themselves again, throw a dart, it hits Downfall. Okay, it's in the Downfall time because this, that, Evil King Ganon, Lionel's, and all this stuff. Hey, but what about the other 2 timelines? So, I feel that is a genius thing for Aonuma to do, but I'm not gonna lie, it's tickling my balls right now. Like, what? And then you know, this kind of statement, just like Matt Pat, you just got smoked by Nintendo. Holy shit! But we all did. And right now, this statement, this confirmation from Aonuma now shifts the timeline debate, the timeline theorization on where Breath of the Wild is gonna be in the timeline to where Breath of the Wild could be in the timeline. Because right now, we are truly at the mercy of Aji Aonuma and Nintendo whenever they decide to place Breath of the Wild in the timeline. And when that day comes, pandemonium. Alright, but it's gonna be, you know, the word of God. People are gonna be salty. Like, Downfall supporters are gonna be salty if it's any other timeline, and so on and so forth for Child and adult timeline supporters. But Aonuma is smart. Nintendo is smart. And now it just finally dawned upon me why all those clues from all those games are just, like, you know, holding over our heads. I'm like, geez, like, where can this take place in time? I mean, there's Downfall proof, there's adult proof, and there's Child proof. I mean, like, geez. I mean, we're gonna have to wait until Aonuma just confirms where this game takes place in the timeline. Right? And Aonuma's just sitting back in his chair. It's like, okay, all the proof is there. When I finally decide it, you know, I can just choose whichever timeline because there's enough proof for each one. You know, and that's great. I love that. You slide devil, you Aonuma. Jeez. I mean, you're cool. I like you. I like this. This is nice. This is cool. All right, but as earth-shattering as this news is, I am not gonna stop debating or theorizing on where this game can take place on time. I will still keep digging up the truth and dig up all the evidence I can, which includes my Matt Pat Destruction Theory video, which should be out tomorrow. And don't worry, I got a couple of friends with me along with the ride, and you know it's gonna be good. Matt Pat, you going down, brother. But now, yes, Aonuma confirmed Breath of the Wild they have not decided where Breath of the Wild takes place on the timeline, and if they're gonna still go by what they said earlier, all they have to do is choose a timeline and then place Breath of the Wild at the end of that specific timeline. So yeah, just go ahead and roll that dartboard and just spin Aonuma 3 times in a row and have him throw a dart, and then that's our timeline, people. Ta-da! Alright guys, so let me know what you think about this earth-shattering news, about this news that Breath of the Wild, you know, it could fit in any timeline, but they haven't decided which timeline it's gonna fit. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, favorite, subscribe, all that good jazz for more Zelda content. So guys, until the next Zelda video, I've been HMK. Get hype, stay hectic, and I will check you guys later. Oh yeah, I didn't forget. I got you.